William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua are not careful, if they continue to take Kenyans for granted, they are in for a rude shock. People continue to talk about the hard economic situation that they're going through, but it seems that the Kenya Coastal Administration is sitting at their comfort zone. Revolutions in the world begins when you least expect. In Tunisia, it started when a young man who had hustled and struggled through life decided it was enough, and he poured petrol on him, cast fire on himself, and he died. And that was the beginning of a revolution. I'm seeing signs and symptoms of a revolution in the country. As people continue to suffer, they manifest their frustrations in different ways. Anger is a common thing. When people are frustrated, they easily get angered. In a matatu, kichokoza mtu kidogo, they want to fight. Now today something happened that is really very ridiculous. From Kerugoya, a hustler, a man who I believe listened to William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua during the campaigns, listened to all the promises, how they are going to bring down the cost of living, how Uhuru Kenyatta was the one responsible for their suffering, how within 100 days watapata ile unga ya 100 shillings. This man decided to express his frustrations in a very unique way. He stormed a police station and decided to climb one of the tallest communication gadgets within the station. And for some time, there was a standoff. It attracted the attention of some villagers. And when you listen to what is happening, people are asking, alikuja hapa aje? Na hata kama amekuja hapo na bado kuna njaa ataendelea, itaisha aje? Just take a look at this video. Now, some of these things should be an eye-opener to the government, because I just want you to imagine what was going on in his mind even before he started off this journey to the police station, because there were several ways he could express his anger. But what came to his mind so that he decides the best way or the best place to go is a police station. There's a sound that is coming from one of the people there, and they're saying that wherever he was is next to the DCI or something. And what if the police mistook him? We are in an era where you see Al-Shabaab and terrorism is something that is not uncommon. What if they mistook him and maybe shot him dead? The answer is very simple. This is a person who already in his mind he is dead, and so he cares nothing. If he sits in the house, he will die. He goes to the police station, he will die. So according to him, This is a man who does not care about anything. And look, ladies and gentlemen, we have such people. Maybe even you are watching this channel and you have reached the level where you feel, whether I sit in the house, I will die because there's no job, I don't have food. So if I go out there, it's the same. I approach a police station, it's the same. It's very pathetic. We have people, ladies and gentlemen, who cannot afford even a meal, 1 million a day. It might sound like theory, but I have seen in this channel the people who call me, and sometimes they tell me, Achando, if you have 100 shillings, nitumie. And we do. The Bible says that whatever you give from the right pocket, the left pocket should not know. But I'm only telling you so that you can understand. There are people, if ask those who are doing maybe this analysis, they'll tell you. There are people who just call, they send you messages, they tell you, jana nililala njaa, leo pia nitalala njaa, unaweza kuwa na kitu. And you feel it because we've gone through the same situations. And I sympathize with him. The reason I sympathize with him, this is a man who was called a hustler. And he was told that everything would be put in place so that life gets better. I'm sure today it is very easy for him to be branded a Mungiki. I'm telling you, because all the blame games are no longer working. All the plans that the Kenya Kwanza team had are not working. This man is telling Raila Amolo Odinga one thing. A coded message. Sir, I'm ready to join the Maandamano. Sir, I cannot wait for the 7th of July, the Sabasaba. This guy has already started his Sabasaba. And this is where we are headed to, ladies and gentlemen. You will see people manifesting their frustrations in different ways. And it is very difficult to deal with a person who has decided. Because he looks at himself, there is no hope. People live in a very despondent situation. When the KK government continues to take people for granted. You see, when people pronounce themselves and say, you can wait a little while, don't start taxing us. Don't force down our throats the deductions on housing. They were serious. They were not sent by Raila. These are people who feel the pangs, the impact of the situation that we are in. We understand that there are several causes to this, including Ukraine-Russia war. But when we are in a place, I have seen and heard the deputy president say that when you are in a hole, you stop digging further. In my own suggestion, they would have stopped taxing people further. They would have stopped imposing these punitive taxes. The KK government is giving Raila Odinga a reason to go to the streets. The KK government is giving the Azimio fraternity a reason to go to the street and to have a million march to State House. Just today, it is reported that the Azimio has started collecting 1 million signatures. I analyzed that, and people are telling me, Achando, it is not 1 million signatures. We can give Raila 10 million if he wants within a week. Isn't there anything that Ruto can do? Was the only way to fix the economy was to tax people. This is not taxing, overtaxing them. Even when you know very well that this is untenable. And then we still hear cases of corruption in the Ministry of Finance, in the Ministry of Health. Recently, Ndi, who is the chief advisor in matters economy, revealed that there is a lot of wastage going on in the country. We have seen money channeled to the office of the president, the office of the deputy president, and the office of the prime minister, the chief minister, and their spouses. And you wonder, What good are they doing? For example, bibi ya Ruto na bibi ya Gachagua na bibi ya Mudavadi wanatufanyia nini? Must they get any allocation? Are their offices even necessary? I mean, these are the things that when Kenyans see, they feel it is now too much. And I have always said, and I want to repeat, the epicenter of a revolution will not be in Kisumu. It will not be in Kakamega. It will not be in the coast. The epicenter will be in somewhere in Mount Kenya or Rift Valley. The reason being, when you interact with people, they tell you, sisi tulipigia Raila kura na tulijua Ruto hakuna kitu angetufanyia. But those people who voted William Ruto with expectations, with false promises, are really disillusioned, disappointed, and very disappointed. They don't know what to do. And for a while, they will be listening to lies. And then it will come to a point when they will say, enough is enough. We have given you time, and you cannot fix this. And Ruto will resort to the police. The police are part of our families. And the people will tell them no. And let me tell you, very soon you will see a lot of battle between the ordinary man and the kanjos when they come to collect taxes, because the businesses are not doing well. This man represents very many hustlers, and if you ask them, they are still being contained with several lies that it is Raila who wants to do this and that. But sooner maji itazidi unga, and when push comes to shove, ladies and gentlemen, we will see more of this. You will agree with me that politics aside, the situation is very bad, and the government needs to drop completely these punitive taxes. Let us not play to the Western Gallery. Let us play to the IMF, because if you didn't know, some of these things are happening because the IMF has given dictates that William Ruto must abide by for him to get loans. They say that they're not getting loans, but they're taking too much loans. I feel for this man. I feel for the many who are suffering, but we need to do something. We either sit and watch as people continue, wallowing in abject poverty, or people rise up to be counted and say, we can no longer tolerate. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, but that is my take.